From one user taking out a loan to lose it all trading options to another trading his way to a couple million, we're gonna go over the juiciest WallStreetBets trades of July. Time on target Kilo is a user who lost it all in a few hours. His first post was made back in July of 2024, and there's no way to sugarcoat it, things were already looking quite atrocious. Down a little under 100k with $6,400 left, he says he wishes this was fake. The most worrying part of this post is that he only has $33 in buying power, which means the other $6,373 was likely in some pretty dangerous options. He added $12,000 more to his account, bought some Nvidia calls, but found himself down another 4k about a month later. Besides one more trade with Ford, it seemed like for the next 2 years he stopped investing in stocks and instead invested in parlays, Pokemon cards, and of course slots on stake. It looked like he was done with Robinhood for good until he finally came back in April of this year. It was the 17th and Netflix was down 11% after Reed Hastings, the company's co-founder, announced he would not stay on the board. Kilo figured the stock had nowhere to go but up, so he threw just under $15,000 into calls. He bought these on a Friday, but by the time the market opened back up on Monday, the stock was down another 4%. Thankfully though, Kilo's a trailblazer and got calls that don't expire till January of 2027, so he was only down about $1,700 and still felt like this could be a play. Netflix has not been doing so hot since then, but he actually ditched those calls pretty quickly and instead bought calls on not SPCX, but SPCE. He full ported his whole portfolio with $8,600 going into shares and $6,100 going into calls. The only issue was that it was June 3rd and the stock had already pumped and dumped. Already looking at $4,800 in losses, he said, being grilled but hoping we see upward momentum. Now strangely, this dude bought these piece of crap calls, but later that month somehow had $29.7 thousand to throw into Wendy's shares. I'm not 100% sure where this money came from, but we might have our answer looking at a post made between these two screenshots. Later that day, he threw another 2k into ADTX shares and said, was now a good time to buy? People went to the comments to let him know that the stock was going to be delisted in 2 weeks, so I'd say no, it wasn't a good time to buy. On July 1st, he was up $4,600 for the day, but still down 120k all-time trading options. He also says that this big line right here was from buying 0DTE Tesla puts on a flight to Malaysia and losing Wi-Fi, so that should give you a bit of insight to his level of trading mastery. All of this would pale in comparison to what he was about to do on July 14th, though. He woke up that morning and felt like a bear, so he threw everything into 0DTE QQQ puts. Unfortunately though, with only 1 hour left in the trading day, he was down over 30k. Worst of all, he confirmed that all this money was from that personal loan we saw earlier. Kilo wasn't ready to give up, but with only an hour left to trade before the closing bell, he decided to ditch the QQQ puts and instead started trading Bitcoin prediction markets. And wouldn't you know it, by 10 p.m. he somehow dug himself out of the hole he was in and made it to break even for the day. This means he 4 times his money from the dip and said he was an absolute idiot and will never touch 0DTE puts ever again. He lost probably 10 years of his life today, but to come back from 7k is a miracle. It sure is, but even after all this, he kept on trading that day for some reason. We don't have another screenshot, but he said he made it all the way up to 53k and ended the day off at 45k. This is your chance to stay away from options. Don't come back! He wouldn't come back until the opening bell rang the next day. He didn't post a screenshot of his positions, but based on the title, it seems like he did this with more Bitcoin predictions. 3 days later, he said he lost 10k, but withdrew everything because he knew he'd lose the rest of it if he kept it on Robinhood, so, I mean, that's good to hear. Who Ruled the World is a user who traded himself into debt and also traded himself out of it. We've covered his older posts in one of my videos before, but assuming you don't remember him, all you need to know is he traded his way from nothing to $2 million and ended up with a portfolio like this. Also, since most of you guys are in the US, I'll be referring to these amounts in US dollars. Back in November of 2025, he said it was over for him, but what he didn't know was that things would become even more over for him. Jumping ahead a few months to June 22nd, I'm not even sure how he got himself in such a deep hole, but he was looking at a negative $9,300 portfolio. SpaceX calls really did him in, and now he was pretty deep in the red. 2 days later though, he took his portfolio all the way up to $48,000 US. After saving himself from debt last minute, he woke up the next morning and felt like it was time to make back all of his losses. He threw pretty much everything into MicroStrategy puts, and by the end of the day, his portfolio was all the way back up to 132K. I can now afford a down payment again. Thank you, Bitcoin bubble. No thank you, Baconator. He stayed bearish on Michael Saylor and doubled his portfolio just a week later. He sums up his journey so far by taking 0 to 150K in 2018 using his student loans, but then losing it all shorting Tilray, going from 0 to $2 million Canadian in 2025 using a line of credit, then losing pretty much everything trading MicroStrategy, and now this is where we are. He also uploaded a screen recording of his portfolio to YouTube for the people who thought it was fake. It's honestly just sad. This dude is just a gambling addict. He could have so much saved up, but he's just gonna keep losing it over and over because he gambles money he doesn't have. Who Ruled the World felt like it was time to take it easy on Mike, so he started taking his anger out on Elon and got SpaceX puts. 10 days later, he lost $104,000 US on those puts, but also lost $18,000 with shares, and also lost about 12K with calls. So he kinda lost money with everything. Down over 60% for the past week, he said, "Ruined my portfolio at SpaceX, but all I need are my puts to 20x next week, and I'm Gucci." SpaceX actually fell 17% over the next 5 days, and he managed to sell on July 17th for 340K USD. He only got a 10x gain and was sorry he let everyone down by not getting that 20x. He had quite the wild ride, and best of all, it seemed like he was done with the risky trades because he said he deleted the app. But apparently, that's only for the weekend. On July 20th, he said it's time for calls, but we haven't gotten any updates since then. What we do have an update on though is Trench.io, which lets you leverage your positions up to 1,000 times without options. Trench.io is a trading platform built for people who want access to multiple markets all on one platform, 1000x leverage if you want it, and a quick sign-up process. Since you can fund your account by transferring over USDC, you don't have to do KYC, upload an ID, or wait for any sort of approval. From one dashboard, you can trade price movements across stocks, crypto, and commodities. Just search for whatever stock or whatever you want to buy, enter your position size, and select how much leverage you want. Once you're in a position, you can track the live P&L from this tab or the home screen and easily cash out like so. Obviously, things can get degen pretty fast if you're using 1000x leverage, but if you use something more tame, it can actually end up being more cost efficient than options in some cases. On top of all of that, Trench.io is running a limited time offer where you get a 40% lifetime commission on trading fees. If each affiliate generates $100 in commission for you, that can scale up pretty fast. So hit the link in the description and use code YUMMERS to start trading today. Let me give 50 cents is a user who probably only has about 50 cents left to his name. His first 2 posts are pretty tame, showing he initially threw $3,600 into Wendy shares and bumped that all the way up to $16,500 the next day. And with 18% of his portfolio in Wendy's, that's a fairly aggressive position, but don't worry. He sold everything and reinvested 99% into RAM shares, which is a 2x leveraged ETF for Roundhill memory. By the end of the day though, he was looking at $8,000 in gains. 6 days later, he got his hands on SKHY calls, and guess what? Things were looking better than ever 2 days later. Okay, maybe not actually. Down just under 100K for the past month, things were looking quite rough for him. But he was not going to give up just yet. The next day, his $11,000 portfolio doubled at market open, but that's the last we heard from him. Affectionate Ad 5586 is a user who isn't scared to go all in. His first post was made way back in June of 2021, where he was buying Shiba freaking Inu. He was also loading up on Clover in his Robinhood account as well though, and things were going pretty well, with him up 180% over the past week. Affectionate Ad went on a 4-year-long hiatus after that and didn't come back until September of 2025. Nebius was up a monstrous 40% after reporting earnings, and he didn't have any shares or calls calls at the time, but he was getting ready to scalp the stock. The first hour and a half after market open was pretty uneventful, but then he managed to catch a 6% move up and locked in over $7,000 in profit on his account and supposedly another $3K on his girlfriend's account. 2 weeks later, he made his way up to $20.5 thousand, mainly thanks to SPY calls, and he said he was now selling or rolling over his options when he got to 20 to 30% in gains. Affectionate Ad was tired of being a bull and joined the dark side the next day, throwing about $20,000 into 4 DTE SPY puts. SPY started dropping not too long after he bought, so instead of holding till the 30th, he sold his contracts right then and there for a $2,700 gain. He was up $9,500 for the week and a big $682 year to date. He doesn't hold options overnight anymore, and every failure is a lesson learned according to him. After making it back to break even, he was not ready to take a break, but instead ready to throw it all back into 0 DTEs as soon as the market opened back up on Monday. Throughout multiple different buys, he loaded up on just about $22,000 worth of 0 DTE SPY calls. SPY only rose a couple bucks, but that was enough to bless him up with a $5,600 win for the morning. Someone asked him what his thought process was behind this trade, and he said he assumed it would be a green morning, and pre-market confirmed that. He started buying calls every few minutes, bringing his cost average down, and sold on the first spike. He doesn't keep options after 20% gains, but these jumped up to 50%, so he sold ASAP. So you're gambling conservatively. Affectionate Ad felt like he was on a hot streak, so he got back to it the very next morning. This time, he had a bearish bias, so he bought $43,000 worth of puts throughout the day, thanks to margin. It was a very choppy morning, but he was able to sell his puts during SPY's dip for a $6,900 gain. Scribblebox said, "Very natural portfolio progression. Of course it will end well." Affectionate Ad didn't even feel like taking a break and actually kept on trading after he made this post. SPY traded sideways up until the last couple hours of the day where it jumped up $4. Somehow he was able to make money on both puts and calls and took his portfolio all the way up to 53K. He was up $25.7 thousand for the day, over $40,000 for the week, and $11.3 thousand all time. Someone asked if he closed all his positions and was gonna start investing instead of gambling, and he actually said he would. He took a break after that, and besides a post made on June 26th showing a $4,700 gain for the day, it seemed like he was taking it easy. Shoebucks Moonpie is a user who only has one post to Wall Street Bets, but boy oh boy, it's quite the sight to see. Down 125K, he only has $990 left. His friends introduced him to options, and, well, he lost everything he had. He lost money in bull markets, bear markets, all markets. We also see an old comment he made in March of 2025 saying he was out after he lost 20K, but obviously, he didn't follow through with that. Justin18 is a user who has been losing money trading for 6 years now. His first post was made in February of 2021, with him showing a modest $600 loss and asking how he ended up like this. We can't see any of his positions, but we can see this sinister notification letting him know that his Nokia calls expired worthless, so that might give us our answer. 3 months later, things were not looking any better for him, but let's be honest, he wasn't trading with a crazy amount of money, so things could definitely be worse for him. But Justin actually wanted things to get worse, so he ditched Robinhood, opened up E-Trade, and managed to rack up about $10,000 in losses on there within just a week. The next week, we got some very rare profitable posts from him though, where he made $2,500 with Clover and another $2,300 the day after that with CLNE and CLF. Also, doing some quick math, we figure out that his total portfolio is currently worth just under $27,000. People in the comments were pretty supportive, but 2 months after that, he was back on Robinhood and things were not going good. After losing 99.88% of his portfolio in the past month, he only had $27 left and said his wife disappeared for some reason. At least things were still going good on E-Trade though, showing $10,000 in gains 2 days after that, and surprisingly, a $68,000 portfolio only 3 weeks after that. Little did he know though, he was about to be in for a rough ride that day. He was definitely taking advantage of that margin and had negative $21,509 available to him in cash, and the rest mostly thrown in Amazon calls. Amazon had its feathers rattled that day, and Justin was looking at not only a $33,000 loss for the day, but also a margin call a few days later, and also he let us know that he was a broke college student. He tried to turn things around over the next month, but wasn't successful, with his portfolio now being cut down to $19,000. He's 18 years old and went from rags to riches, then back to rags and owing money. His portfolio wasn't very promising either, with positions like this one. His posts started to dry up after that, but he came back 5 years later in June of 2026 to show that he was still making questionable trades. Abject Dream 3617 is a user who went all in. Back in December of 2024, he was feeling very bullish on AST Space Mobile. He had $65,000 on Schwab and decided to full port shares on margin, throwing $91,000 on the line. 6 months later, the stock was up to $47 a share, and more important than that, his portfolio was up to $125K. He said, "I literally went completely all in." Not smart in general, but I thought if I'm gonna gamble, this is the best bet. Well, anyway, after hitting this big win, he obviously was not gonna sell and instead wanted to see how far he could push his luck. 4 months later, he talked about wanting to start a travel/learning vlog in China, but 4 months after that, we got another update on his portfolio. His once $60,000 portfolio was now worth $350,000. This was his portfolio as a 22-year-old, but he wouldn't be selling until the stock 9x'd to $1,000 a share. Someone commented, "Secure some profits, idiot. Fear of being broke should be bigger than fear of missing out." The stock was up 2,000% over the past 2 years though, and obviously that meant it would keep going up, so he'd have to be an idiot to sell. Abject Dream came back 5 months later on June 26th, and for whatever reason, the stock didn't keep pumping. It was down about 40%, which, once again, considering that Abject Dream was maxed out on margin, well, that just wasn't good for his portfolio. He was down $240,000 in the past month and $20K for the day. Well, turns out y'all were right about everything. Turns out he was just joking though, because he came back and edited the post later with, "LMAO, y'all thought I was serious? I'm never selling. Either full porting calls or holding. Y'all are some clowns. Every single one of you will regret seeing this post and not buying at this generational wealth-making opportunity of a lifetime." Embarrassing as F. Well, it's the end of July while recording this, and the stock is down another 11%, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Zin1422 is a user who got his hands on an 8,000% gain. His first post was made in December of 2024, and things were already looking spicy. He was up $780,000 over the past 3 months using a whole lot of margin like some others in this video, and also said that he started at 80K a year and a half ago. He was able to do this with SoundHound AI, Palantir, Rocket Lab, Hims, and SoFi, and adding up all these positions, we get that he has over $1.4 million on the line. Instead of selling, because no one ever does that here, he kept on holding all these positions, and I kid you not, just 1 day later, he was up another $74,000, and 2 hours after that, he was up another $14,000, and even uploaded a screen recording of his portfolio for the people saying it was fake. Anime Freak69 said, "How many posts are you gonna make? Man's up 900K, but he's still desperate for attention from internet strangers. Money ain't everything, I guess." Zin didn't care though, and 10 days later, his portfolio made its jolly old way past $1 million. He was still holding the same stocks, but also added some AMD in the mix. He stayed bullish, but this is when Trump started ramping up his tariff threats, and of course, the market did not like that, and neither did his portfolio. Now at 400K, he was quite a long way from his $1.4 million peak a few months ago. Second Trade said, "Good work, man. Keep it up." A week and a half later, he was getting close to 700K again, and that's about all we were told with such a cropped screenshot. Zin's portfolio was green, so he fixed that by turning it red and losing over $300,000 2 weeks later. On Liberation Day, we got to see his $338,000 portfolio that was still in most of the same stocks. On top of that, he had a nice $75,000 margin call, so it seemed like his aggression was catching up with him at this point. "You were a millionaire. Why did you use margin?" And he said, "I underestimated Trump." A month later, Zinn stayed bullish, kept his margin, and actually took his portfolio back up to 930K. After that, besides a few screenshots of individual trades, he didn't really post anymore. That's until he came back in July of 2026 to show that his portfolio was at an all-time high after being beaten down quite a bit. Zinn says he started with 30K a couple years ago, turned on margin, and made it to 1.4 mil, then fell back down to 150K 5 to 6 times, and now this is where he is. He's no longer in margin, but he developed panic attacks from this whole journey. CLengthiness7889 is another user who only has one post on his profile and also got himself into a doozy. On June 27th, we got this screenshot along with, "I was a six-figure trader 18 months ago. Today, I officially qualify for food stamps. Ask me anything." He says he mostly traded 0 DTE QQQ options and ended the post with, "The market can remain irrational longer than I can remain solvent." Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out the video on screen for more crazy trades.